Um, Thank you so much everyone for coming out this evening. It is such a pleasure to see this entire room full of people. And it is all happening, as she rightly said, because of these two ladies sitting here. It is incredible to know these women, what they have done with this book, with other aspects of their life. Preeti, Lopali, Deepankar, they made this dream happen so fast for all of us. I'm getting emotional even talking about it. And my son also gets emotional out there. Before I start reading my story, part of my story, we were just discussing what is the essence of this entire book, or what was the first thing that came to our mind when we started to write these stories. And I think a common thread in all the stories was that we did not want to write, absolute white characters, absolute vanilla characters, a woman who's been wronged by everybody, but she is absolutely right in everything she does. She has her flaws, she's made mistakes in her life, but the real challenge is when she realizes she's been wrong, what is it that she does about it? And does she have the strength and the resilience to fix her mistakes, to come out in the open, accept them, and do something about it? So I think that was the thread from which my story started. It's a story of a woman who's lived in the US for all of her life, and very recently she's lost her husband, and she just realizes that she's done terribly wrong by her in-laws. She never really thought of it that way, but now she's crushed by the guilt of how she's treated her in-laws. She never really did anything wrong, it's just that she just completely forgot they're in the picture. And now she, as a part of her husband's, it's a promise that she made to her husband, she wants to come back, atone for her mistakes, how she finds that path to atonement, how she's able to face those people after the way she's wronged them. That is what the story is primarily about. So I'm going to read somewhere from the middle of the story. Okay, this sounds like Nikita stood across the road, bags by her side, and her clammy hands holding the urn. On the other side, the house of Sandeep's parents stood judging her, as cynically as she expected its inhabitants to. The long flight from Seattle to Kochi and the 5-hour taxi ride from the airport to this tiny hamlet of Arattupuza was far easier than the 10 steps she needed to take to cross this narrow street. The dilapidated house had a pall of grief, invisible yet stifling. Her panic hit its peak. She looked at the urn and thought of Sandeep. He always held her hand while crossing the streets. Her hands clasped the urn tighter, and she took the first step. She was here to keep her promise made to the man who has always kept his. Sandeep deserved that she gives it her most earnest effort. Thank you so much.